Excuse any loud noises that are behind me today, but it is such nice weather after having a couple of rainy days that I could not bear to be inside today. So today I'm filming outside. And today I'm bringing you 3 mini reviews. My first book that I'll be talking about is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I think overall I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. I did enjoy it, although at first it was hard to get used to the narrator's voice. It is being told by the voice of Chief. He's in an insane asylum, and it's set kind of a contest or a war of wits between a new inmate that comes in. His name is McMurphy. He put himself there coming out of a work camp and like a prison, and he's not actually clinically insane, but he challenges the big head nurse, Miss Ratched, and he challenges the rest of the men to stand up for themselves and to fight her power as well. So it's kind of a battle of wits throughout the whole story. I did find it a little bit slow at times, but then the ending just skyrocketed it for me. In my opinion, the ending was amazing. I didn't see it coming, and it really elevated the whole story for me. So overall, I think that it raised some really great questions about what makes a person sane, how do you judge that, and really just some questions about society in general. So I'd highly recommend reading it, and I think that it's a great book overall. It deserves all of the praise that it's gotten over the years. The second book is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and let me just say, guys, that this book is the one. The first couple of books I enjoyed, but I found the first book really did read like a first work for the author, and then you know, it was pretty predictable. It was a nice story, but it didn't really captivate me at all. This one, however, I just found like I actually got into the story this time. The ending wasn't quite as predictable. There were still elements that you can predict, but obviously from this age group that it's marketed to, you're not going to make it like super complicated, but I did find like it got a little bit more complex, the storytelling as well as the writing, and I started to enjoy it more. So I'm actually really looking forward to diving into the next book. And then the last book is Hidden Bodies by Carolyn Kepnes. I talked a little bit about this in my library haul video. It's the sequel to the novel You by Carolyn Kepnes, which follows Joe, who is obviously a bit of a crazy guy who stalks women and is up to no good. This time it follows him to LA. I did find it lacking. I enjoyed the book. I think if it was a standalone book and I just picked it up without hearing anything about it, I would have enjoyed the story. I would have probably recommended it, but because it was the sequel to You, I found You to be much superior in their writing. Joe wasn't quite as witty in this book. He wasn't quite as funny in this book. He was less likable, which is a weird thing to say about a guy of this character, but in the first book you almost rooted for him at points. In this one I did not. Also in this story, it's a little bit more unbelievable. The thing that I liked about the first novel is that you could really see how these things could be happening, could take place, with, you know, all of the social media we're on these days. You could see how this could easily happen. And in this book, there was just too many coincidences, too many far-fetched stories. There was just points where I couldn't believe that would actually happen in real life. So it was enjoyable. I'm not saying to not get the book, but I do think that you need to go into it with a little bit lowered standards if you are a big fan of You. It's still interesting to see what happens. It's still good to see the completion of the character, but I definitely felt like it was lacking a little bit. So I'm on my way actually after this video to return these books to the library. Hopefully I'll pick up a few more items, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Hope you're having a great day.